Okay, hello everybody, it's Ijah for Risk for Production. For the two people that followed and watched me on Twitch and YouTube live just a little while ago, you're awesome, thank you. Please subscribe on me on Twitch at RinScaper1995 and on YouTube at RinScaper Productions in order to be updated when I do live streams. So today I thought I'd go over and show you guys some cool things from the past that are not really relevant today anymore. So first off, we got a primary official strategy guide for Army Men 3D. I have a couple of these. So back in the day, in the 90s, early 2000s, the internet was not what it is today. So when you wanted to know how to do things, either A, had to talk to that shady friend of yours who's a gaming nerd, but could use a shower every now and then, or you had to get one of these bad boys. And this, of course, was before YouTube, so you could just go on YouTube and look up walkthroughs and everything. You couldn't do that. So you get one of these bad boys. And what these things included, if I can actually get everything open there and on screen. There we go. So you got your table of contents. It tells you map layouts, how to play the game, secrets in every level. It'll give you sometimes mini maps, items, what each items do. I got a bigger one, a more modern one for Black Ops 2 in my car that I read. But yeah, these things were actually really nice and very helpful back then. Of course, now you have YouTube and other things that can help you out now. But back then, this was the only way to get legit help, unless you knew a guy. And it's kind of a shame to see that they don't really make these anymore. They still kind of do. I did see one not that long ago for Halo Infinite. But when I looked through it, it was more artwork and storyboard than it was actual gameplay information. Which kind of sucked. And then, of course, back then, we also did not have, again, the internet. So if we want to get information on the newest games, we usually had to get a magazine. Now, of course, this came out a while back for the 360, so we did have the internet. I don't even remember subscribing to these. As you can see, there's no information on here. They just kind of showed up in my mailbox one day when I got my 360 and registered everything. But this is how you learned if the game you wanted to play was good, what new games were coming out. So you got like all these awesome promotional things. Sometimes they came with magazines. So Deus Ex, I actually played that game a while back when it was on Game Pass. Loved it. Amazing game. They got insider stories from the developers. They got news about game development, what's coming, what's not coming. I mean, they had so much awesome stuff in these magazines. And I don't know why I stopped receiving these. It just kind of, stopped happening just like it started happening. No idea how to even continue a subscription. But magazines were the way to learn how to play games sometimes. They would have like helpful hints, get posters for free, what the next magazine cover would look like, all that cool stuff in it. Like that Modern Warfare 3, holy shit, America is under attack. Too much good stuff. Gears of War 3, what's in the next Xbox? This is how you got your information. And you know it was liable because it's official. Nowadays, you hear so much crap. It's like, is this true? Is this false? Who knows? You got your credible leakers, your uncredible leakers. Leakers who leak things that developers put out as a ruse. You just don't know anymore. This, you actually knew what was going on. I hate that they got rid of it. But also with these came something else that's old tech. That's right, demo discs. Now, the Xbox 360 demo disc that came with every single one, which I still have, every single one, help me, is that these would actually come chock full of demo games, modern ones where you would play a part of a game that actually wasn't part of a game, but it was enough to get you intrigued by the game, kind of a rouge. Older demo discs actually took actual selections from games, like the first level of the game, full gameplay and everything, just the first level, and if you wanted to play the rest, you had to buy the game. Now it's kind of a deceptive or deceptive marketing, because they alter the game so much to where they want you to play it, but then when you play it, you realize it's nothing like the demo. But nonetheless, the games were still pretty fun, but still not a fan of being lied to like that. But these ones also came with gamer picks and a bunch of cool stuff for the 360. And demos, sadly, are dead now. You rarely see any games offer a demo. You see early beta testing, but that's not the same thing as demo, because that's usually just testing the multiplayer. And finally, I actually dug this up not that long ago. I was looking through a bunch of old books to get rid of, and I found this. So growing up in the 90s, if you wanted to do cheat codes and everything, or remember all the codes for the games, you had to make your own cheat code book, or go to the Scholastic School Fair or your local Barnes and Nobles or bookstore and hope they had a big, thick cheat code book. I don't know where mine's at. It's somewhere. I'm trying to find it. I wanted to find it for this video. But here, you wrote down, like, all the cheat codes. For here, I got Dino Crisis, which shows, like, all the codes for all the doors, all the safes. I got Mercenaries 2 here, abbreviated for all the cheat codes. And that's basically how you had to do things back then, especially with Army Men. I used to have a Dale Earnhardt Jr. notebook for NASCAR people who don't know NASCAR. He was an awesome racer, Budweiser guy. My dad's Budweiser. They gave a bunch out. He gave it to me. And that's what I used for Army Men, Sergeant's Heroes 1 and 2, Army Men Air Attack for the 64. That didn't have save files, and I didn't have a rumble pack. So I just write down the codes and enter those codes later, and that's how you went back to previous levels. Thank God we have memory cards now and save files and autosave. But back then, if you wanted to go to the next level, you had to write down the password or else you lose everything. So definitely looking back at everything, a lot of cool things. A lot of things I'm thankful that got updated and modernized. A lot of things I wish they would go back to because they were cool, they were awesome. Let me know if you guys own any of these things, and if you had them, tell me your childhood stories of gaming. And as always, have a nice day. Live, love, and game on.